Unless you have questions, we will start with the use case 1, which is the use case we have with a brand called Enu in France. And as you can see, so there are B2C application for young people for going out, basically. So they have lots of activities and they have a huge objective of retention with their users, and the brand is super important. The brand depends, as you can see, on many different icons representing all the kind of going out you could do with your friends. And they have lots of seasonal localization issues. So this is the base icon set that they created with their branding agency. So it took lots of hours actually to create it in 3D. As some of you may know, lots of back and forth on the colors, on the shapes. And it was pretty expensive actually. So before using Pimento, Enu actually had the only choice of using those 12 icons. And actually with model training in Pimento, that can be much more and they can expand the brand. So let's go to Pimento. If you don't have any account, I cannot, and I incentivize you to go to app.pimento.co and to access this platform. So this is my platform. This is Pimento. For those who've never been on Pimento, basically you have two main objects in Pimento. First, the projects concerning your different campaigns, concerning your different clients. That's a space where you would host all your images. And the model library, where you can see all the models you created, when you can create new models, and where you can also have all the models that have been created by Pimento and soon by all the community, so that you can test and create and have even more ideas. So actually, let's start by creating a model, because what we want to do is to create a model based on the inflatable icons of Enu. So to do so, just click on New Model. Here we have three options: style, object, character. We will cover today style and object, and character would be another webinar. So let's focus here on style, because what we want to catch with Pimento and through the AI model is the style of the icons. You need to provide a few images. So I'm going to just here upload the images I just showed you before. You can start by uploading 4 images. 4 images is the minimum for us. Our recommendation is more between 10 to 20, so around 12, 15 is a good bet. It depends a lot on how diverse your style is, because basically what we're going to do afterwards is we're going to take an AI, a generic AI, which is good at doing lots of different images, and we will retrain it based on those illustrations. So think it as maybe as a child that knows a few words, that knows a few concepts, and that you take and retrain him and show him images, so that everything that he knows, he used to know actually, will be now in the style that you showed to him. So the more you show to him, the better it is, but it cannot sort of discover things that you haven't shown. So for example, here, if all the icons I put were green, all the outputs of the model afterwards would be green, because actually the green would be one major characteristic of the style. So that's why it's always important to put more than 4 pictures, and between 10 and 15 actually, to have a diversified panel of your style, to catch every aspect of your style, every color, every angle, every characteristic of the style. We will cover other styles and other good data set afterwards. So once your images are uploaded, you just click on next. You just give a name to your model. And we ask you to pick what best describes your style. So between photography, 2D illustration, 3D graphics, or icon. Here, I'd rather have 3D graphics, because icons are mostly for 2D very simple illustrations. Rather, 3D graphics are more this style. You can always change it afterwards anyway. It's just a way for us to better characterize your model and to help you with the prompts that you're going to do afterwards. Training a model costs some credits. So for those who don't know, on Pimento, when you get credits, when you get a subscription, you get credits that are used to do two things. One, training models. Two, downloading images. And I will show you after the download of high quality images that cost credits. What doesn't count credits is generating images, because we do think that your creative process shouldn't have any limit, and you should be able to create as many images as possible and to iterate as much as you want to get the perfect picture that you are looking for, to give birth basically to your idea. So here I just trained my model. Training a model takes a bit between 10 and 20 minutes, depending on how many pictures you've put. So that you know, all the data that you put in Pimento, so all the training data, will be kept only for you, won't be shared with anyone, and won't be used to retrain any model. Everything is very siloed into Pimento, so your models are yours, won't belong to anyone unless if you want to share them, and all the content that you put as input will also stay yours. All the content that you will generate also belong to you. You have full commercial rights on all the images that you will generate. The only thing is, we won't cover any liability if you are sued for having reproducing an existing style. So for example, let's say I train my model on a Starbucks ads, and then I create images that really do look like Starbucks, and I use it on my Instagram account. I do not own the IP right of Starbucks. So Starbucks could sue me somehow for using their style, for plagiarism, as you would actually do with any other ways to create new logos or to create illustrations based on inspirations. So we don't. You have full commercial use, but we don't cover for liabilities if needed. Wait, as I don't want us to wait for 15 minutes, I already trained the model, of course. So here it is. So when the model is trained, you can see it here. So here are the first icons that I used, and you can use it in a new project. You can also, coming from the home, create a new project, and here add a style where you would choose the Henu one. Okay, so now I am in project. So it's like a canvas where I'm going to create all my images based on this style. I can choose whatever ratio I want. Here was my picture. Let's keep it square, for example, for now. And let's prompt actually a Christmas tree with white background, just to see, just to see how it goes. The first generation is a bit slower and longer than the coming ones because every model is private. So we store them, and each time you want to call or you want to wake up somehow a new model, we need that technically to wake him up, to open a server and to put in into work actually. So that the first generation may be longer, it can take up like 15 seconds, but the following ones are much faster. So here, as you can see, I put a very simple prompt. If you've ever used any other Midjourney, DALL-E, or image generation, if you put this prompt, all the results would be quite random, actually, because they don't know anything about your style. Here, it's kind of, so some are random, but because we just put a very simple prompt. But definitely here, what you can see is that it's definitely taking all the inflatable aspects of the logo of the style, of any. If you think that your style is not catching enough what is important for you, there is a way to improve it. So here, if I go to my style, I have something here. Sorry, the Enu one. The Enu one. Where does it disappear? Oh no, it was here. Sorry. You have here. So you have something which is called attributes, which are additional words that you can add to your style, sorry, for the model to better understand what you want. So for example, here I could add inflatable icons, balloons, inflatable balloons. I can say simple colors. And I can also remove some of the things I don't want to see. So let's say I want to exclude the white aspects, for example. Actually, white is going to be hard because we want a white background. So let's say I want to exclude red, for example. That way, all those words will always, be applied to your generations as prompt enhancement. So it's a way to refine and to fine-tune your models afterwards. So here, let's test a new Christmas tree with white background and see if it works. I'm not sure it will. The only way we have to know it well is to do back and forth. So we have a lot of inflatable balloons now, actually. So as I added to the, I hear it's very interesting because here I added inflatable balloons and only that. And what you can see that we have lots of balloons. Actually, this one is pretty good because we still have the Christmas tree and the balloons. So that way you can just test and go do back and forth. And what you'll see is how to improve the model regarding what you're trying to do. This one is also very creative, actually, because he created a Christmas tree made of balloons. I can show you here that you have a panel with information so that you can always find all the parameters you've used to create your image, especially if you want to recreate it or to start from it. So for example, especially from the prompt, you can just copy the prompt, go back and just paste it here if you want to just iterate faster. The thing is that Enu won't be satisfied with this kind of thing, this kind of visual. It's in the style, but it's too complex. And actually, Enu is addressing kind of a young audience that they are very used to very simple emojis. And what they want to do with their brand is to reproduce somehow very famous and iconic emojis that young people use, or even us actually, used on social network and communication network. So let me introduce you to another feature, which is called transfer. Transfer enables you to start from a picture. And actually what Enu wants, so here I just clicked on input image and I have here so I uploaded here like a very low resolution. Actually, I can show you it, here. So what I did is I uploaded this picture, which is kind of a low resolution image of a Christmas tree, but it's a simple one. And actually the artistic director, the CMO of Enu really likes that one. So if I go back on Pimento, I just put it here. What you've seen is that it's automatically described. You can change the description and you can then easily start generating with Enu style based on this image. The aim is to reproduce somehow the shapes and the colors, so to give more control on the image you're going to create. And as you can see here, it's much more in Enu style, this picture, rather than the other ones, because all their inspiration has been based on emojis, has been based on very simple graphic. So here they used an image they found online. You could also use a sketch that you do by yourself, wherever you do, and get the final version. Once you like a picture, all the images generated are in 1K here when they are squared. You can always here upscale them. So we do have an upscaler which enables you to do 2x or 4x on the resolution of the picture. You can choose the imagination. Imagination would be how much your initial image would be altered somehow. So how much do you want us to correct from it? Here, we're quite happy with all the results. So let's take a low imagination, actually, because we just want all the details to be sharper, not to add many details. So let's just have a low imagination. we just upscale. Upscale can take a few seconds, again, because we are recreating an image based on your own image with much more details. And so here is the new image, which is 4 times bigger. And if you want to remove the watermark, you just need to click on download. That's where you use some credit to remove the watermark. And here you have the full image that you can use. And actually, Henu, they did the whole Christmas icon sets using the very simple method I just showed you, training a model on a few other icons, using our transfer feature with very simple illustrations, choosing the one they preferred, and just upscale them. This is the first use case. Do you have any question below, both apart from the one that you may have asked, in the chat? Or should I go to the next use case? If we are good with it. So now let's go to another use case we have, always regarding Christmas, concerning a brand which is called La Vie in French. And they are doing non-meat meat, so basically vegetable meat. Let me just show you the brand they have. Sorry, I'm just sharing my screen.
Sorry, Florent, can you just go back? There's a question from Spirit, if you can show the tweak of the model again.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, oops, here. So you just click on the model, and you have here attributes, and you can tweak it here. It will be quite more easier to see next week, but here it's where you tweak. The aim also, I will show you afterwards with objects, but it's also the thing with people. You would put here like characteristics. So is it good like that, Spirit? So here, you click on the model, you arrive on the model picker, and you click on the attributes, and you can fill whatever you want. I guess